Students, let us come to part 2 of the enzyme unit. We have studied the general pattern of the enzyme and the classification. Now, let us see the chemical nature of enzymes and how they really react. We have studied the general pattern of the enzyme and the classification. Now, let us see the chemical nature of enzymes and how they really react. All known enzymes are proteins. They are high molecular weight compounds and made up of principally amino acid chains linked together by peptide bonds. Many enzyme proteins need presence of a non-protein component which is called as cofactor. In this case, the inactive protein component of an enzyme is termed as apoenzyme, and the active enzyme including the cofactor and the apoenzyme is called as the holoenzyme. The cofactor is non-protein chemical compound which is either tightly or loosely bound to an enzyme, and it is essential for the catalysis. There are 3 types of cofactors. One is coenzyme, second is prosthetic group, and third is activators. Coenzyme is a non-protein component. It is loosely bound to the apoenzyme by a non-covalent bond, and it can move around and it can again attach to the protein molecule. For example, thiamine pyrophosphate, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Then coming to prosthetic group, the non-protein component in this case is tightly bound to the apoenzyme by a covalent bond. The binding is so tight that it cannot be removed without affecting the enzyme activity. Such cofactor is called as a prosthetic group. For example, flavine adenine dinucleotide, these are bound to the oxidative enzymes in a covalent manner. Activators. Some enzymes require presence of specific metal ions in their surroundings for the reaction to proceed. Examples are magnesium is required for the reactions involving adenosine triphosphate, and these molecules, the ionic form should be available in the reaction medium. Many of the vitamins, particularly the B complex group vitamins, function as coenzymes in combination with some other compounds, and they are involved in specific biochemical reactions. When there is a deficiency of the vitamin, naturally that particular biochemical reaction will be affected. Let us see some examples. Vitamin A, the coenzyme form of vitamin A is retinaldehyde, and the biochemical function is it is involved in color vision. The second enzyme is thiamine pyrophosphate. Thiamine enzyme is present in the form of thiamine pyrophosphate, and it is involved in carbohydrate metabolism. Riboflavin, vitamin B2, is a part of flavine adenine dinucleotide, and it is involved in oxidative reactions and energy generation. Similarly, niacin is a part of nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, and it is involved in dehydrogenase reactions and energy generation. Pyridoxine, vitamin B6, is a part of pyridoxal phosphate, which is a coenzyme for amino acid metabolism. Folic acid in the form of folates is involved in transfer of methyl group, and it is particularly important in the synthesis of hemoglobin, and that is why folic acid deficiency causes anemia. Pantothenic acid and biotin, these are involved as coenzymes in fatty acid synthesis and the fatty acid degradation, and these reactions are affected in the absence of pantothenic acid and biotin. So, we have seen how these B complex group vitamins are involved in the enzyme reaction by forming coenzymes or prosthetic groups. Coming to the mechanism of enzyme catalyzed reaction. The reactants of enzyme catalyzed reaction are termed as substrates, and each enzyme is quite specific, acting on a particular substrate or a particular substrates, which we have already seen, and it also produces a particular product or products. Almost all enzyme catalyzed reactions are reversible. The mechanism for the enzyme activity is described as the lock and key theory. It utilizes the concept of an active site. An active site is a domain on the surface of enzyme protein molecule which binds specifically with the substrate at one particular position, and it has a strong affinity only for a particular type of substrate. The substrate is temporarily attached to this active site and is positioned in such a way that its conversion to the reaction product is favored. In case of two substrate reactions, the two substrates are brought in near vicinity to each other with an orientation that favors the interaction between two substrates. So, if we consider the enzyme as the lock and the substrate as the key as shown in the figure, the key is inserted in the lock, it is turned, that means the enzyme substrate complex is formed, the door is opened, the reaction proceeds and the product is released. A typical enzyme catalyzed reaction is represented as follows. We have the enzyme, we have the substrate goes and joins on the active site of the enzyme. This is called as the enzyme substrate activated complex. The activated complex breaks, the product is released and the enzyme is regenerated. And the active site is again immediately occupied by a new substrate molecule and the reaction continues. Effects of inhibitor on enzyme activity. The enzyme inhibitors are substances which alter the catalytic action of enzyme and subsequently they slow down the reaction, or in some cases the catalysis is completely stopped. There are three types which are commonly observed: competitive inhibition, non-competitive inhibition and substrate inhibition. Theories concerning the inhibition mechanism are again based on the existence of enzyme substrate complex, that is the ES. The first type, that is competitive inhibition, it occurs when the substrate and a substance which is resembling the substrate are both added to the enzyme system. According to the lock and key mechanism, the inhibitor resembles the substrate and therefore it competes with the substrate for the position on the active site of enzyme. However, even if it attached to the active site, it is unable to open the lock. Hence, the observed reaction is slowed down because some of the available enzyme active sites are occupied by inhibitor. But this type of inhibition is gradually reversed if the substrate concentration is increased to such a level that the proportion of inhibitor molecules is reduced and the chances of inhibitor molecule combining with the active site are consequently reduced, and therefore, the increase in substrate concentration is able to overcome the inhibition by this type of inhibitors. Second type of inhibition is non-competitive inhibition. Non-competitive inhibitors are considered to be the substances which, when added to the enzyme, they alter the enzyme structure in such a way that it reduces the affinity of enzyme active site for the substrate. Thus, although the active site is occupied by the substrate, the overall enzyme structure is changed and the overall rate of enzyme reaction is reduced, and this type of inhibition cannot be reversed by increasing the substrate concentration because the enzyme molecule itself is permanently changed. Then substrate inhibition. Some of the enzymes are inhibited in the presence of high substrate concentration. This is because in the initial stage, when we increase the substrate concentration, more and more substrate is available and therefore, the enzyme reaction proceeds faster. But with a very high substrate concentration, the maximum velocity is already reached, and further increase in the substrate, it gives crowding at the point of active site, and because of this crowding, the binding of substrate to the active site is reduced, and that is why the substrate at very high concentration may sometimes reduce the enzyme rate. In this way, the three types of inhibitors affect the enzyme in different manners. So, students, so far we have studied following points in this part. All enzymes are proteins, but some enzymes need non-protein components for their activity. These non-protein components are called as cofactors. Many of the vitamins are part of the cofactors, and hence their deficiency affects the metabolic reactions. We have also seen that the enzyme catalyzed reaction takes place when the enzyme molecule temporarily binds with the substrate molecule at the active site. But this active site is regenerated after the release of the product molecule, and it reacts with more substrate molecules. The activity of enzyme is influenced by temperature, pH, and also by the presence and absence of inhibitors and cofactors. There are different types of inhibitors which decrease the efficiency of the enzyme, and their mode of action is different.